This story is from the subreddit Paranormal Encounters and it is titled Had a Strange Leprechaun Experience. I don't usually use Reddit, so I don't know if this is an appropriate spot for this, but here goes. I had an encounter I've never been able to explain. When I was 10, I was wandering through the backwoods on St. Patrick's Day. By that point, I was well aware that leprechauns were not real, so I wasn't looking for anything so much as just killing some time. No neighbours behind our house, no anything, just woods. I knew the woods very well and was extremely comfortable spending days wandering around. At one point, I stopped walking for a bit and was just looking around when I heard some sticks break. I looked over, fully thinking I was about to see a deer, when all of a sudden, out walks a 7 foot tall leprechaun with orange hair. No mask on or anything like that, just a huge dude dressed as a leprechaun in the middle of the woods with orange hair and beard. He didn't see me and I totally froze up. I watched him maybe for 10 to 15 seconds. The only thing I can remember thinking is, I can't do nothing. I was froze, but somehow managed to yell out, "Hey you!" Dude stopped in his tracks and turned his head and looked at me and sort of grinned. Lost all courage at that point and turned around and ran faster than I've ever ran in my life. I have no clue if he gave a chase or not, but in my mind I felt like he was right behind me and I never slowed or looked back. This experience has drove me nuts ever since it happened because I just don't know how to explain it. Nobody knew where I was going, so it couldn't have been a setup. I asked my parents and they both said they didn't have anything to do with it and just thought I made it up as a kid. Thinking about it as an adult, my best guess is that I saw something that day and my brain just wasn't able to process it, and my mind turned it into something that I could understand. And since it was St. Patrick's Day, I ended up seeing a leprechaun. I honestly have no idea though, and it has stuck with me for years. I've never seen anything paranormal or whatever you want to call it since. Also, I've also hated the fact that in a world where people see ghosts, UFO, and Bigfoot, I had to see the most ridiculous thing possible. Figured I would throw it out and see if anyone had any explanations or any similar experiences. Thanks so much for listening to this story. If you would like to hear the full St. Patrick's Day episode and more creepy stories, head to the Real Spooky Stories podcast on all audio streaming platforms. Bye!